little rags to riches challenge the other day, and it kind of got me thinking about just how good cottage living is for building starter homes. I mean, cottage living is really good just for building in general, and it's not because all of their furniture is cheap. A lot of it is actually kind of expensive, but the build style, the windows, the wallpapers, and also all of that debug landscaping makes a big difference. And so now I really want to try to build a cheap house with cottage living. I've definitely done a regular starter home with cottage living before, but I don't know if I've done like an extreme starter home challenge. But playing that rags to riches save kind of inspired me, and so now I want to try and make a house with only 10,000 simoleons. I don't really know how far that's gonna get us with this pack, but I do think that with those debug cheats, we can make it look really finished. Normally when I do these, I feel like I'm scrambling trying to fill up the lot, but imagine if we had all these trees and the flowers everywhere, it won't look like a cheap house. So that's the plan. We're gonna make a fully functional, decent looking starter home with mostly cottage living and only 10,000 simoleons. Usually when I do this, I try to start by putting all of the necessities down just so I know I have them. So I'm gonna pay for the little bathroom set. I'm gonna splurge and buy the fancy counters. They're not really that much of a splurge, but when you're doing an extreme budget challenge, they definitely are. I wonder if I can afford this sink too. Ugh, that is definitely a stretch, but I'm gonna try. If we can make it happen, this bed is $1,000, which is maybe not a good idea. I'd love to try. The sofa is also 500, so that's kind of gonna be dangerous. But picture this, right? It's a full living room. I could probably even buy a dining table, and that's all of the furniture that I think we can afford. I'm obviously gonna move that around and redecorate with it, but as long as we have that paid for, we're gonna be fine. Oh, I forgot about lights. We gotta pay for that too. Okay, so I'm thinking that this will be the bedroom. I'm sort of imagining the kitchen could wrap around this, like this way. We can get our little dining table in here. I'll definitely wanna buy a door too. This room is like unnecessarily big. It might not seem like it is, but it's definitely a slight waste of space. So I'm trying to be careful. I don't like it. This is what I get for trying to build it in this weird order. I usually just build a box and then put furniture in it, but I'm trying to do this weird order and it's not working out for me. Okay, I have a new plan. I don't know if this is good or not, but I'm wondering about putting things kind of in this order. Definitely makes the living room a little bit tight, and maybe I could have a small bump out where the front door would be, but that gives us a nice place to put windows. It's simple. I'm actually embarrassed by how long that just took me to figure out, by the way. Like, I don't even want to tell you how long I spent on this, but it's fine. Fully functional house. We've got all the necessities. I'm gonna pay for windows now. This one's only 50, which is amazing. I think we can get those like really big on the side of the house. Maybe another one right here. We could do a little small one above the sink. We could put a little one in this bathroom. And I think that's all I want to do for windows. I really don't want to overdo it. Maybe I should have put the bed facing this way, because then we could have potentially like a little patio if we wanted to. How much is this? 40? Oh my god, I love this game. I love when things are cheap in The Sims. Okay, wood floors, kind of expensive. Wallpaper, kind of expensive. I'm gonna change the colors of all these things. I mostly just want to have something down because we know that we have paid for it, and then we can update colors. Same with this thing out here. I'll just put a bunch of stone outside. I haven't even touched the color of the windows yet either, obviously, so these are all things that we'll come back to. Okay, this is kind of what I was picturing for the roof of the building. Wait, there you go. Something like this, and I can do that lovely cottage living thatched roof texture because I really like how that looks. Thankfully, roofs are free, so that also helps. Makes this a little bit easier for us. Maybe these should have been smaller because there is a slightly smaller version, and that might be good because then the bed can go underneath it. I think that looks better. Okay, I think all of the necessities are paid for, so now we can start thinking about colors for real. I quite like the look of that with that sort of reddish colored window. I think that's one of my favorites. So maybe I'll use that one around the place. We can match the doors. We'll have to make the bed kind of match. This is a mess. All of the doors can match. That's cool. I really like that actually. I have never used that swatch. Do we dare pay for this? I don't think so. Never mind. I guess we don't have to use only cottage living. I wanted to use primarily cottage living, but I'm totally okay with mixing in some other things. I think mostly I just want it to be cheap. So whatever has to be done to make that happen, that's fine. Do we dare use a wooden tub? I think that might be a little bit far, but I don't know. It could be cute. What could we pair with it then that looks a little bit more? See, this is even more expensive. I do unfortunately think that that kind of matches better. Now we just have to decide if it's worth spending the extra money on. I think it is. Okay, this one is also the same price if I wanted to use that instead. Still not sure if I want to do the red kitchen cabinets. I think I kind of do. It's just a different color red, which is annoying to me. Maybe this thing is the missing link because that brings in the red and the green. I don't know if I want it to be red and green. Well, you know what we could do is shrink the whole place. That's pretty tight though. I don't think it's worth it. Okay, this is only 150. Might not be a good idea. I'm gonna try it anyway. This is also only 100, so I would love to use that. I think especially if I'm able to put this table right in the middle of the room, because I don't even think it looks bad like that. It seems a lot more full in the house if we do it like that. Oh, here's some cute little things. This is only 40. Okay, I think I'll only put one nightstand in this bedroom because I don't think we can afford to have anything else. There is a dresser that's only 425. I don't even know if my sim can get around that, so I probably should come try it. Come here. Oh, yeah, we're fine. Never mind. False alarm. I can get another one of the tables. That might be good. How much is the rug from Cottage Living? 150. I don't know if I like it. I want to like it, but I think it's kind of weird. You know what? I might just commit to the red. I also think that I might use a more plain chair. I like those chairs, but there are some that are a little bit cheaper that I think are totally fine. So I might use those instead. Maybe not those. Just maybe this one. This one could be good. That's cats and dogs. Okay, actually, I don't like that one either. This one is Horse Ranch. This one has a few more wood tones. Maybe that's better. Oh, curtains, bad idea. Too much money. Shouldn't do it. None of these are gonna come in the red color that I want, are they? So maybe I could just pick a different wallpaper. Like I could use this one and then maybe have a green, because that's not so bad. It's very cottagey, it's very cute. I think I'll put a bookshelf on the nightstand because that's only 10 simoleons and then it has more furniture in here. And then I don't think I should put anything else in this room unless we maybe wanted to get like, oh, I don't know, because the easels are expensive. This one's 350, so probably not, right? How much are these things? The little music box is only 85, but you can't use that to play music, can you? I do think a radio wouldn't be such a bad idea, because that's like another skill thing. They could dance, they could listen to music. How much? The umbrellas are kind of expensive, aren't they? Yeah, 150. That's not really worth it. I'd like to have something different in here just because I like the idea of having a sort of like fancy separate front door space. But I guess I could just put some different flooring and then call it a day, because that gives me some room to do outside stuff. Like I had really wanted to have a garden, and that's gonna be 60 simoleons just to have that, which is worth it. I'm gonna do terrain paint right here for this. I think also I wanna have some lights. The only problem is this is kind of expensive. If I put that up there, it's not so bad when it's above the door, right? It's kind of cute. It looks intentional. I'll come back to it. I don't know if I like it or not. I like the price of that one. Oh, this would have been nice too. See, like this kind of thing, but I don't think it's worth spending 150 simoleons on, because that's all of our money. We need to be very careful and very serious about our spending. I'm gonna start with trees. I'd like to get these really around the place, filling in the lot. And then if there's any debug fences, I want to use those. Of course, these are kind of like the wrong color, which is sad. Oh my goodness, that is perfect. If we could put that right there, doesn't that make this look so much more finished? To have like a little fake balcony. What color of these is better? Maybe this one? Because I'll put this too. We can hang that up next to the door. That's lovely. See, this isn't so bad. We can maybe even get a fake truck if we wanted to put something like that outside. I still want a fence. None of the fences are good. We have these like little fake gates that are open. I guess we could do the debug stone fence and then put that open gate in the middle of it. If I can find it again. We have to scroll a lot. Yeah, here we go. Imagine if there was like stone fences on either side of this and then the gate was right in the middle. Of course, it is a different color stone than the house is, because it would just be too easy actually if it all matched. But I don't think we have to worry about that too much. I think that we can just deal with it. Is that the perfect size? Just about. Oh, that can be fine because it's a little bit off the wall, but I can put some plants there. You won't even know. Oh my goodness, that is actually perfect. I really like how that looks, genuinely. I think that's good. What's that? Just like a thing? Okay. Oh, there's also that, which I won't be using. And there's this one, but I think I prefer what we have. Maybe I scoot the whole lot over just a bit. Do you think I should have a car? Oh, let me get a couple of these so we can get some little hay bales. And I'd also like to put this little box. There's like a crate of some vegetables. Okay, and now I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna layer in so many of these bushes. This is a debug bush from Cottage Living. It's kind of like that base game one that I always use, but it has some slightly more pink flowers instead. Some of the debug versions of this bush are a little bit off in color, I think sometimes. This one's not so bad, but sometimes the green on them is like really bright. It's like neon green, which means that I usually just use the base game one instead. This one is okay though, so we can definitely make this work. I have to be careful because I don't want that to clip inside. inside, or at least not clip inside too much. I'm thinking we could do something like that, and I'll put some flowers next to it, and then I'll probably want to get some more of those hay bales, so I'll come back to that too. I'm thinking no car. It doesn't make any sense. We're on this hill in the mountains. The car didn't come up here. I mean, maybe it could have, but I don't want to do too much. Also, I would have liked to have chickens or something, but I don't think we can do that either. I gotta pay for this? Oh, that's rude. Some of the rocks in this game are like weirdly priced. Some of the debug rocks in this game make you spend money. It's kind of messed up. I do like that though. And it's only 4 simoleons each, so we can get a couple of them. Okay, now I'm gonna go through and I'm gonna start layering in all of the plants. This is gonna be quite the process. We're gonna have a lot of things that we have to put together. I also wanna get some mushrooms, but I might come back and do that last instead of right now. That one's okay if it stays. Oh geez, that's so big. Oh my. This is sort of like my standard method for landscaping in this game. I like to go through and layer different sizes of bushes and stuff. So if you've ever watched my videos before, you've probably seen me do this a handful of times in the past. I just think it looks good. Oh, that is clipping. We need to be really careful because this one is also clipping now, so rotate it a little bit. How about this? No? Okay. As long as it's not clipping anywhere, we're fine. So those are all of the big bushes. You know what we could have done is put some of these on the side of the building, but I think that might be too much now at this point. I'm gonna go through and put some of these flowers next. Just kind of filling those in into some of the empty spaces. We can size some of them down. This is usually small, but I love how it looks when it's sized up. So I think I might size up these and kind of put those around the place too, if I can fit them. If we can find places where it works. It can stay small over here because this little part has very little amounts of landscaping. Is that good enough? Maybe one more of them in here somehow? It's really big. And then last, we'll go through and get some of these in a few different sizes. I don't understand, and I never will understand, why they didn't make any of this landscaping in the actual game. Like why it's only debug, I don't get. These would be so amazing if they were just in regular build mode, because think about how many players have never seen these before. Most people don't know how to use debug. Like obviously a lot of you might because you watch Sims YouTube, so you've seen it before, but like the average person doesn't know how to get into those weird cheats. It's your first time playing with Cottage Living, you wouldn't even know it's in there. There are people whose first ever Sims pack was Cottage Living. It's their first time playing it. They have no idea what debug is, or they don't even know to look in there for landscaping. So I really wish they would have given it to everybody, but anyway. I'll move this sign in there a little bit more. I still have 200 simoleons. I didn't spend like any money on this. I want to get myself like a little dirt pathway space, and I think I'll put some of the dirt terrain paint around it. This is probably a good time to go through and do all the terrain paint anyway. Oh, and I still have to get my mushrooms. I have to go back and do that too, but I guess I'll do that last. If possible, I would really like to put like a table or something back here. I think that would be nice to have a place that your Sims can actually sit. I don't know if we can afford one, but I'll try to get something back on that little back patio space. Okay, so I'm gonna do a small little pathway here, and I'll sort of encase that with darker terrain paint. And I'll probably do that same sort of thing in here with the lighter color, and then we'll kind of surround the outside edges with darker terrain paint. I like the layering. I think it gives it some more dimension. Oh, maybe I should have made a path that walks in there. Oh, that's better, actually. I think that looks kind of nice. This part's maybe a bit too dark though, so I could always erase part of it, or I could like redo where it comes out. Yeah, I think that's a bit better because I don't want it to look like it's, I don't know, too wide or something. Is that fine? That's like right in the center, so probably not. Maybe there. Okay, 200 simoleons. What else can we get? What else do we have to work with here? These chairs are only 40, and one of those dining tables, yeah, this one's only 115. But that's definitely like the last thing that we'll buy if we use that outdoor table, which maybe isn't good. Oh, there's no outdoor trash can. Oh, there's no trash can at all. What can we do? You know what? Maybe we could even delete this. All right, this might not be smart. What if I put this in the corner instead? Okay, hear me out. That saves us quite a bit of money. The room's a bit more open, which is also maybe a good thing. How much is this worth? 9,586. That means we actually have 414 left because some of the things depreciated in value. So that's really good because we can get a trash can now. I won't put one inside. They can just have one out here. I think realistically having a thermostat is probably necessary. I'm looking through the debug from Cottage Living because I do want to get some of those mushrooms that we talked about. I think that'll make a big difference. I feel like that's a nice little finishing touch with the landscaping to put a couple of mushrooms around. And then I might see if there's any other free stuff. Village package. There's like a rusty old bike if we wanted to get one of those. It does add some nice cute red, which we've been trying to use. I was more thinking I might get one of these little crates by the back door, like as if they were bringing it inside. I can have another one of these stacks of hay. Maybe I'll do it raised up, especially since those are free, so they're easy to use. Is there anything else? I guess if we really wanted to, we could maybe put like some of these groceries on a shelf. That's free. There's also some of these little flowers. If we wanted to put those in some of the open space, it's like a big thing that sort of blends it in with the environment a bit better. I'm thinking that maybe we could benefit from another plant in this room. I don't want to have the same plant twice, but it is cheap. Oh, a marriage certificate. You know what? This is nice and cheap. It's actually free, and then it gives us some wall decor. I might put this one too. This is a personalized pub memorabilia. We could put that on that wall. This is clipping. I can fix that. Oh, I see clipping right here too. Which one is it? This? All right, there we go. We have 19 simoleons left. I don't think that anything can be done with 19 simoleons. Unless there's like maybe a couple things that are cheap for the bathroom, but not really. Even these are too expensive. We just put dentures on the bathroom sink. Oh, this is quite cheap. If we wanted to try something like this, wait a minute. This is from Life and Death. I haven't really used this yet. That could be fun above the front door. It brings in that sort of reddish color. I could maybe even use another one above this door if we wanted to. Another one above there. I didn't do wallpaper in this room, so that could be kind of a cute thing for us to add in. I think that's really nice. I'm glad that we tried that. Okay, I think the house might be done. I thought about making it have arched roofs as like a last minute little detail. I guess we could arch them ever so slightly, but they don't clip together as well if you do that. And if you arch them too much, the overhang gets so long. So I don't think I should do that. I think I might just leave it. Okay, it is 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. I'm gonna call it a 10,000 simoleon cottage starter. I'll upload it to the gallery for you in case you want to download it. This was a very fun challenge for me. I think it turned out really well as well. I used a lot of packs, so for that I apologize. I did say it was gonna be just cottage living, and that is not just cottage living, but it's fine. I don't think it looks like it's an extremely cheap house either. It's obviously small, but I don't think you would come in here and look at it and think like, oh God, it's, you know, a bare bones starter home. It looks really full and nice and decorated. You could totally upgrade it a little bit if you wanted to. And we even managed to get a really expensive bed. This one is 1,000 simoleons. It's not even that good. It's still only energy 5. The cheapest beds are like energy 4, but it's nice to have an expensive one. So this turned out pretty well. Stay tuned, because tomorrow I'm gonna do a Stanley Humphrey rag searches video for Thanksgiving involving cottage living. That was kind of the inspiration for this one. And on that note, I think I might end this video right here. Thank you for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'm gonna catch you all tomorrow. Okay, bye everybody. Oh my goodness. During recording this, I was trying to buy tickets to the Stardew Valley Orchestra because the tickets went on sale this morning. The website for my local theater doesn't work. It's not letting me buy them. I'm so stressed out. I'm only saying this because it kind of fits the farm theme, but did anybody else have issues getting tickets to this?